I'm here as a loyal party member. I have attended and I have listened to the coalition attempts, yet I still remain in Labour Party. I am not one to sleepwalk into any political arrangements. I call on all well-meaning politicians and members of Labour Party not to sleepwalk and allow themselves to be led into what they still are not comfortable with.
Commend Senator Yusuf Datti Baba-Ahmed for identifying with the leadership of the party and promise to participate in future elections in the party.
Welcome to Update with Precious. Thank you so much for joining me. So just sharp one before we go live later in the day. Datti Baba-Ahmed will be Peter Obi vice presidential candidate for the 2023 election for inside Labour Party. He don't attend the NEC National Executive Council meeting of the Julius Abure-led team or led faction of the Labour Party. And as he attend, he talk plenty things there. As he talk now, people don't talk, say, oh, he don't identify with them, because the party don't even talk, say, oh, saying he identify with them, and they thank him for identifying with them and indicating interest for the 2027 election. He also talk, said, he follow also go the coalition meeting, because he just want to hear what the coalition gets to offer and what they get to do, but they don't go, they don't come back. Say, he still be the member of Labour Party. Now, a lot of people don't bash him. They talk, say, oh, why you go there when Obi no go? What thing they happen? Him talk, say, the main purpose will be say, in go, not to reconcile all warring parties, so that Labour Party go use one front, one face like this, use face the 2027 election. What do you think is playing out here? I'm gonna make you go meet him. Go watch waiting in talk as in attend that NEC meeting today for inside the Labour Party office of Abuja. Go watch him.
My co-travelers, my leaders, state chairmen, secretaries, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and the media force. Good afternoon to all of us. I am highly honored to be accorded the privilege of attending this important meeting. Labour Party is not a party to walk away from. The successes, the history that Labour Party of Nigeria has recorded is unique and unprecedented. We presented clear records and evidence of 10 million votes scored in the last election, thereafter reduced to 6.1 million votes. And for that, I still remain. Labour Party is not a party to walk away from. The act of state capture is a more onerous task than causing disunity and disaffection among and within political parties. After the tragedy of 2023, Nigeria was promised governance, yet we continued to experience unrelenting, underhand politics going on within the country, within the regions, between the regions, and within the parties. A lot of water, as they say, has passed under the bridge. I'm here as a loyal party member. I'm here as a peacemaker, and I'm also here to reconcile divergent opinions. I'm very, very proud to say that I did attend meetings of a certain attempt for coalition in Nigeria. Morally speaking, if your neighborhood invites you to discuss the security, you must attend. However, if you attend and they discuss other matters besides that, you are at liberty to restore yourself to your former position. I have attended and I have listened to the coalition attempts, yet I still remain in Labour Party. I am not one to sleepwalk into any political arrangements. I call on all well-meaning politicians and members of Labour Party not to sleepwalk and allow themselves to be led into what they still are not comfortable with. I must say, In the past, a coalition was made. And in the past, a sitting Nigerian government was voted out. I note with pleasure that this is what we as Labour Party did in 2023 and what we are about to do again in 2027. I note again that the coalition genuinely plans and intends to vote out the misruling APC. However, the government that follows is even more important than the act of removing a government itself. A government was removed, and what followed after was disaster. So I'm saying that I, personally, am more of the opinion that it is the kind of government that we form that is more important to me, not just the act of removing the APC. Having said that, I'm here as a son of Labour Party with a unique intent to bring together all individuals, all persons that might not be on the same page now. I intend to bring all of us together. I intend to reconcile all divergent opinions in Labour Party, and this is what a leader should do. I recognize all that has happened. The Nenadi-led factions, the existing Barrister Julius Abure faction, and I recognize legally that what INEC is doing in relating with the Julius Abure faction. And I'm repeating that. I intend to bring everybody together to find a common solution to the problems that have been caused by those who promised governance and ended up politicking across the country and within political parties. And this I do devoid of any personal interest, devoid of any ambition, and devoid of any animosity to any group whatsoever. I am glad also to note that from the comments of my boss, His Excellency Governor Peter Obi, he still remains in the Labour Party. I intend to bring everybody together for us to sit down and again understand each other better and move forward. Having said all this, I want to hand back the microphone to His Excellency, the Chairman.
So you don't see what Datti Baba-Ahmed do, and you don't see what they talk. Now, what do you think? Because people don't they misinterpret and differently. When they say, oh, this one we do now just to own up to the fact, say, oh, Peter Obi is actually going to be a vice presidential candidate for Atiku Abubakar. Some people look and say, the man, why? So what need they do? And just make sure, say, in yende by, to look at ways where we say, you go fit use form peace so that the Labour Party go fit confront the ruling party well. Now, the body language of the Labour Party itself, as they talk, say, oh, say they need to join any coalition, then they strong enough to face the election by themselves for 2027. Who will be the candidates when they get to them feel say they go use face the election? Is it no people don't insinuate say the Labour Party indirectly they work for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that is the APC. Of course, you fit tell this by the meeting where BC Abure get with Wiki and all that. That now what people they insinuate to okay. So as the Labour Party they insist that they don't want to join any coalition. Could it be that based on waiting we hear where they happen and waiting make they don't do them? Sake of say they don't want to offend people where BC they push them, they direct them, where be purportedly the APC. If that is correct, and if that is correct, this reconciliation where BC Datti Baba-Ahmed won't do, how you think say it go take go? Do you think the reconciliation will get anywhere? It go reach anywhere? Understand, they say person where BC they do this thing, or people where they do this thing, their aim now to make sure say the party know they reconcile. So you think say this reconciliation effort by Datti Baba-Ahmed go anywhere? This is the question when people they ask. Well, make you go here with Julius Abure carry your own mouth talk for inside the meeting. Go here.
Without much ado, I want to proceed to the resolution adopted at the end of the meeting of the National Executive Council of our party. Resolution adopted at the end of the National Executive Council NEC of Labour Party, held on Monday, 21st July 2025 at the National Secretariat, Abuja. The NEC meeting was attended by members of the National Working Committee, national officers of the party, our own Senator Datti Yusuf Datti Baba-Ahmed, vice presidential candidate of the 2023 general election, state chairmen and secretaries of our party, stakeholders, and all other co-opted members of the National Executive Council. At the end of the meeting, the following resolutions were approved and adopted. The NEC is sectioned after reviewing the purported NEC meeting held in Transcorp on Friday, the 18th of July, 2025, condemned the convenance of the meeting and thereafter disassociated itself and the party from the outcome of the so-called NEC meeting, where they renamed their illegal committee set up in Umuahia last year as Interim National Working Committee. NEC notes that no matter how illegality is decorated, no matter how illegality is redesigned, is renamed, it can never become legal. Renaming the caretaker committee as Interim National Working Committee of Labour Party does not remove its illegality. This sitting contravenes the provisions of our Constitution by virtue of Article 14(4)(b). It is only the National Secretary, with the approval of the National Chairman of our party, who has the powers, who have the responsibility to convene any meeting of the organ. The meeting that was held last week also contravened the provision of Section 82(1)(2)(a) of the Electoral Act 2022, which provides as follows. 1. Every registered political party shall give the Commission, INEC, at least 21 days notice of any convention, congresses, conference, or meeting convened for the purpose of merger and electing members of its executive committees and other governing bodies or nominating candidates for any of the elective offices specified under this act. Such notice must be given by the National Chairman and National Secretary of the party. The Commission may, with or without notice to the political party, attend and observe the convention, congresses, conference, or meeting which is convened by a political party for the purpose of A, electing members of the executive committees or other governing bodies. NEC therefore disassociates itself from the meeting held on Friday. NEC section notes that there is no vacuum in the leadership of the party. The party has conducted its national convention in line with the party constitution, the Electoral Act, and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on the 27th of March 2024 at Tunewi, Anambra State, which has been validated by the Supreme Court in its judgment of 4th April 2025. Consequently, NEC in section therefore calls on the Honorable Chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, to comply with the Supreme Court judgment and all other legal opinions that are presented before him. On the basis of the foregoing, therefore, NEC in section hereby call on all our teaming members, supporters, and members of the general public to kindly disregard the so-called meeting and its outcome. NEC in section hereby reimpose confidence in the leadership of Barrister Julius Abure-led National Working Committee and urge all party members to continue to respect the leadership of the party and obey its lawful directives. NEC in session also approved the conduct of state, local government, and world congresses as may be scheduled by the National Working Committee in line with the party's constitution and other extant laws. NEC in session reiterates that Labour Party will not be part of any coalition for the 2027 general election. NEC believes that the coalition of 2023 is bigger than any other coalition. We will therefore rebuild, reconcile, and reconsolidate the gains of the 2023 general election. Labour Party is distinct in terms of its ideology, programs, philosophy, and manifestos. which has the answers to the socio-economic challenges of Nigeria. We can therefore not be tempted by joining any political spent forces that are fitter to squander the resources and opportunities of our nation. 10. NEC is session commends Senator Yusuf Datti Baba-Ahmed for identifying with the leadership of the party and promise to participate in future elections in the party. I therefore want to conclude this address or this resolution by welcoming all our members to the meeting, and I wish you all a safe journey back to your various destinations. Thank you, and God bless you.
So you know you're waiting Julius Abure talk for inside the NEC meeting with the hold. Waiting, you think. What do you think could be playing out? Do you see Julius Abure, if truly in gets any pending deal with APC and the ruling party, and then they push out for this thing when they happen? Do you see him and his team reneging, coming back and say, okay, no wahala, we're not ready to move our party forward? Or you think, say, no matter the reconciliation effort where APC Datti Baba-Ahmed bring come, or even Peter Obi himself carry come, say they go make sure say them frustrate and tie and down to lock them up, to make sure say he no ever be the presidential candidate of the party? Which energy, which strength will ABC Labour Party get to really go on the 2027 election on its own, where be say then go make them win, or go make them emerge victorious? That not the problem or the question people they ask, because a lot of people talk say the only benefit ABC Labour Party gets now because of say Peter Obi being there inside there, and saying I ain't give Labour Party the lights, the kind of crowd, the kind of, you know, waiting people know about Labour Party right now. Do you think Labour Party would make any headway without Peter Obi in 2027? Especially now where BC they vex for Alex Otti and Peter Obi. Waiting, you really think? We will discuss this very shortly when our guests come in. But I say make I just drop this one quickly. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.